The next person um, is Sahif for the Vice Chair for Disability Affairs.
Oh, it's Saeed. Yeah. So good afternoon, everyone. My name is Saeed Palam. I'm a graduate student pursuing a master's at John Jay College of Criminal Justice, and I'm pursuing a position for Vice Chair of Disability Affairs. So I grew up with an invisible disability and understand the challenges that students with disabilities face at CUNY. We currently have 11,000 students with disabilities across. Although the enrollment for students with disabilities across Kenya has increased since 1993, disability services is still underfunded. A disability is not a choice, it's a condition a person has to live through. And I strongly believe in disability acceptance. Last year, when I served as an USS alternate delegate, I've been visiting a number of colleges and their disability college and directors, such as York College, Medgar Evers College, Queens College. The disabilities directors have expressed to me that students do not have the proper space to study for the exam, and lack of proper accommodations from faculty members, and lack of access to technology services. I work closely with Leonard Glaze, the current Vice Chair of Disability Affairs, and Casey Gordon, the Vice Chair of Technology Affairs, to raise awareness for technology and for disability awareness and better access to technology services. Um, I also lobbied in Albany, speaking to elected officials to advocate for proper funding for students with disabilities. Additionally, I have been attending events with CCSD, CUNY Coalition for Students with Disabilities, to listen to the concerns with students with disabilities may have, and I advocate on their behalf. Also, additionally, I wrote to elected officials to demand funding for students with disabilities. Lastly, I worked with the former student government president and the vice president at John Jay Student Government to fund a capital project that benefited students with disabilities, such as purchasing height adjustable chairs and tables that provides better access to students with disabilities. So, what are my priorities as the Vice Chair of Disability Affairs? So, one of the things I want to do is to carry on the legacy of my predecessor that he has accomplished and creating that relationship with CCSD to make sure that students with disabilities' voices are heard. Increase the transparency of CCSD initiatives to all campuses. So, I feel that CCSD events should be visible on all local campuses and about events and initiatives that they're working on, and increasing their visibility and ensuring the students know about the CCSD events. Bridge the gap between CCSD and all local student governments. I believe that CCSD should have a voice in all local student governments, and I'll be working closely with CCSD to make sure CCSD actually is able to represent the students in their local campuses through their local student government and making sure that they are part of the local student government and their charter. So I'll be working on that initiative and ensure that students with disabilities have a safe place to complete the coursework and graduate on time. So students with disabilities should not fear from discrimination, and they deserve a space that is inclusive from faculty members. I want to make sure that faculty members have better understanding of disability awareness. Ensure the students establish an open forum for students with disabilities so they can receive proper funding to succeed with their education. I believe that students with disabilities deserve scholarship funding. Some of them rely on SSI, so I believe that if they receive scholarships, they can have the potential to graduate on time and complete their studies. Increase employment and professional development opportunities for students with disabilities who are enrolling CUNY campuses as an undergraduate or graduate students. Students with disabilities are at a risk of unemployment after graduating from their CUNY campuses. I believe in actually increasing resume workshops, raising professional development and internships that can be available for them to be career ready, so they can graduate being professionally prepared for the workforce. hold meetings with disability directors to ensure the students with disabilities receive the proper accommodation on their campus. I will be meeting with disability directors to ensure that they receive the proper services. And students with disabilities deserve a voice, and I'll fiercely advocate to ensure that their voices are
Thank
heard.
you.
Yeah. Thank you so much.